We run shipwreck hunter tours out of Dunoon on the Kyle Peninsula, and in specific we head out to the sugar boat shipwreck known as the MV Captianus. There's something really quite invigorating about being out on an open boat, the sea air, heading out on this incredible adventure.
What people can expect when they visit the Scapa Flow Museum is a world-class museum. We are so proud of what we've built here. And what it does is it tells the story of when Scapa Flow and Orkney was at the heart of world history. You have an operational naval base in a time of war, so we have a number of really significant shipwrecks here. There are 4 dreadnought battleships upside down on the bottom of the flow, and they're the most extraordinary looking things. 4 of those wrecks, the German dreadnought Markgraf, but also HMS Vanguard, HMS Hampshire, and probably the most significant wreck of all, HMS Royal Oak.
Once you've met us down at the Holy Loch Marina, we'll get ourselves all life jacketed up, we'll head on out in the boat, and we'll head on east, and then we'll come across the mountainous MV Captianus. You can see her at all states of the tide. She's sitting above the water line. She sunk back in 1974, carrying sugar cane all the way from East India, and was just within touching distance of her destination, but unfortunately a storm ended up with her colliding with another ship's anchor chain, and then she went down where she was. With the vessel we've got, we can get really close to the wreck, within touching distance, and you can really get a sense of what the ship used to look like back when it was still afloat. If you're lucky enough to be a diver, you can come out with us and come and explore these historic shipwrecks firsthand that lie on the seabeds around here. In the Highlands and Islands on the west coast, there are shipwrecks dating back to the 1700s that are easily accessible by divers. From here, all at the west coast to Mull, all the way around to the Scapa Flow with the incredible battleships.
Orkney's so quiet and beautiful today, so you can stand here and look at the landscape around you and look at those beautiful calm waters, and then you think about if you go into those waters and go down into the depths and it gets darker and darker, and then suddenly there is a dreadnought battleship looming out of the dark towards you, upside down, and then gradually as you look at them underwater, you can start to see the ship make sense. You can see the guns sticking out of the side, you can see traces of where the turrets are. They're incredibly popular with recreational divers who come from all over the world because it's the only place in Europe where you can explore a dreadnought battleship. And today you can come to Orkney and you can see them and explore them and look at them.
What makes the Scapa Flow Museum so special is the bringing together of so many different stories. And what we've achieved here is to bring those stories together, not just until the end of the Second World War, but also looking at how life was impacted on the islands for the years following, through salvage, through just mementos that people had held on to for years. Very often, it's actually a story which touches on the lives of people all over the world. Which I think is what makes it so unique. You know, you can come to Orkney and you can come to our other museums which are looking very specifically at the history of the islands. But this museum is able to tell us something about the history of the world at that time, but from an Orkney focus.
I think for me, the most fascinating part of the trip is really just learning more about the history, because if you can't see anything, you're almost naive to the fact of what actually lies beneath the waters here.